Alright guys, welcome back to Let's Improve a Village. I know last time I said I was going to do the barn to our farm, but I decided, I kind of got inspired to do this cemetery and church. Kind of mark some of it off here, you'll be able to see shortly. I got my inspiration from a couple of churches I've seen around my town, my area. It's pretty much your basic steepled church, and yeah. So that's that. Right here you can see this is how the fencing around the cemetery is going to look with the brick and stone slab on top, and this right here is the foundation or the base foundation for the church. We're going to use the spruce, I believe is what that's called. Not entirely sure, but I can't remember. But that's what we're going to use. I'm going to use the raw wood as our corner posts, and we're going to fill it in with the exact same wood. Now, this church is going to end up having 3 different kinds of wood incorporated into it. And the whole time I'm building this, I'm trying to think of what this church is going to worship. It needs a symbol. And this whole time I'm thinking about it, and I can't think of anything. But we'll come back to that when the time comes. So, kind of built up all 4 walls. Fill in the front end with the stone brick steps, and I do a little thinking with the doorway. Not entirely sure how I planned on doing this. First, I decided the steeple would be made out of wood, but after looking at it a bit and thinking about it, I really just I wasn't sure. I was kind of all over the place when I was doing this. I really wish you could put stone slabs on sideways, because that could make for a better doorway looking. I was just playing around with the upside down steps, and it just wasn't working. Thought that looked pretty good, but I really was just playing with it for a while. I wasn't too sure what I wanted from it. But then I really didn't have an idea of what I was gonna do. But for now, I think what do I move on to? You keep seeing me pause there. I'm pulling up I had a picture. I was gonna model it after. Now this part is kind of hard when you're flying, just for me, because I don't know. But laying these steps the right direction is kind of hard when you're in fly mode. I'm so used to placing them in regular, survival mode. And I swear this rain is on and off the whole time. And you can tell this area here is kinda very stony. There's no grass. And right here is when I decided I was gonna make this whole front part out of stone, because it looked better. It really did. So I filled it in with the stone bricks. This whole place will be made out of wood and stone bricks. And this tower, there is going to end up being a very, very small tower. So right now I'm just kind of building the outline to it, seeing if I liked it before I filled it in. And I did decide I liked it. And this will be a bell tower. I'm going to put windows. Also, I'm leaving small gaps for windows. I was still playing around with the steps. There's a few designs I've seen that I just kind of really liked. Also, kind of this building ended up looking very square to me, so I kind of decided I'd kind of make it look less blocky. I know Minecraft itself is just a very blocky game, but I still messed around with things, window ledges. It just didn't look right. I think in hindsight, if I would have used the stone steps on the outside, it might have looked a little bit better. And I realized this was kind of uneven. So I mean, I was just playing around with some things. I was trying to, thought I had screwed it up for a minute. And I realized I didn't go out far enough, or I did something wrong. I figured it out after a while. It just took me a while of looking at it to figure out what I had done wrong. And I finally made it look symmetrical. I actually kind of like that, but the end result actually I really love. Pardon me. But and again, I'm experimenting with windows. As you can tell, this bell tower will not be really accessible. It's more of a look. I really wish you could make rope in this game. I really or some sort of I don't know. Just for aesthetics, doesn't even have to work. Just an aesthetically a nice looking thing. But so I start my work on the bell tower here. I originally make it out of wood. I actually do all the way complete it the way I wanted, but the wood just looked out of place. Like, I'm looking at it here and I'm like, I wasn't sure yet, but still I went through and finished it how I wanted it to look. Yeah. And that didn't work. Knew I had to use. After making this, I knew I had to use the slabs to go all the way around, and the wood just seemed very out of place. And I was debating between gold and iron for the bell, but I ended up using. This just looked way too small. There was just something about it I didn't like, and it just didn't fit. I don't know. As you see a skeleton, now I'm just sitting here staring at it. I really couldn't figure out what I didn't like about it, and it's taking me quite a while to realize this. But I decided I had to make this base, the top part, wider to house a bigger bell tower. So I quickly smashed all of this. And I'm gonna make it one bigger, or two bigger, yeah, two bigger, and then bring it out one. Yeah, looks a lot better. And then I'll just go back and make the exact same type of housing for the bell. Now the reason I used iron for the bell, which you'll see in a moment, is this is a village. This isn't really a city. It's a village. These aren't extremely rich people. I mean, they live in a village, for God's sakes. It's not a kingdom. It's not even a town. It's a city. So iron's easier to come by, being as this is a town of just farmers and miners. And now this top part was I made it more complicated for myself than anything else, but it ends up looking very nice. I really, when I made this, I really enjoyed the outcome I got. Oh. But yeah, the iron was just because this is a town of workers. And actually, I'm able to make the bell a lot bigger. I just had to kill this guy. He does not belong to this church. I can't have him here. So with this bell tower finished, I went back to work on the roof. And again, having problems placing the stairs. This roof will peek into, it'll go behind the tower. I really liked the way this roof, I'm glad I was able to make this symmetrical. I would have been really pissed had it not came out symmetrical. And I think it was really more luck on my part. In Minecraft, if you make buildings, their dimensions are odd number, they will meet the way I wanted them, like this. Now my mouse decided it didn't want to play, and I had to keep placing blocks like that. But roof is finished. I just gotta fill in the back end here. I don't know why I used slabs, but I did. We'll fill it in. Again, I'm not sure why I'd used different wood for the roof in the back now. Putting in slotted windows. These would be stained glass, but so I fill in the floor with the oak, not oak, spruce. I believe it's spruce. Whatever, it's the one in the snow. I call it snowwood. I really don't know what it's actually called. But I fill in spots where you potentially would be stained glass. Now, the matter of the lighting. Same kind of light as outside, just I did kind of make a chandelier type thing in the middle here to light it up. I'm not sure what I'm doing right here. Like I was deciding how I wanted to do it. Yep. It's still a little. I just didn't like what I was getting here. And I eventually cleaned up, yeah. We're just going to put a normal door there. I decided the lights needed to be, yep, that's exactly how I wanted them. And now to put in pews. A small community calls for small pew chairs. These are the same kind of wood as as the floor. I made the stage for the priest to speak. And using the jungle wood steps, put in pews. And this I was gonna put the signs on the edge of both these, but because there's a 1 block gap, it won't work. So I pushed the pews against the wall. That way I could and I changed the wood to match the floors. Didn't seem right, but I put in all the end pew things. And now it was time for me to decide what I wanted as the icon of this church. And at first I was thinking a painting, and it took me ages to find the painting in the I don't know why it took me forever to find it in the creative, but I spent a lot of time here slapping paintings on, trying to get the right one. I really wish you could just pick the painting you wanted. Now the one I wanted is that one, but there's no way you can make it symmetrical. I thought maybe if I put, it just looked off. There was no way, and there was no way to fix it. No matter how many times I placed it, it wouldn't be symmetrical. So I finally just came to the conclusion to have the Church of the Slime Ball, which is what I made. So I make the slime ball in the back, and I gotta cover that up. So I use the spruce wood to fill in the back wall, sort of to hide what I had made. So that's the church. I added the steps there just because it looked too plain, too blocky. And then I added the upside down steps around the top. The next update of Minecraft actually has corner steps, so that will probably do a little. I think I'm going to do a little touching up on some of these buildings when I'm done. But yeah, the Church of the Slime Ball. I'm gonna dig out a small bit for the pathway, the little road. I started to fill in the grass, and realized you guys didn't want to watch me fill in grass, but I'll actually fill it in at a separate time. I also put in the lamp posts using a chiseled block. I filled in the pathway a bit, filled the road at least all the way back. Took the sign out, and now it's time for the cemetery. Well, like I said, it's going to be stone bricks too high with a kind of looks like a stone slab cap. I had a dilemma here because I had a gate. I had to think of a way of getting in, and at first I was just gonna make it a 1x1, but I eventually, I'm gonna settle with this for now, and move on with the rest of this cemetery, digging out parts of the land. It kind of killed me to take out that coal sitting there. But because I really would like to play on this this map when I'm all said and done with the series. I might do a little a let's play on it or something. I'm not sure at the moment, but trying to fill all this in with grass. Get the stone out of the way. I'm trying to make it so the iron bars aren't trying to attach themselves to the blocks behind them. And then I wasn't sure what to do back here because it was not symmetrical towards this towards the back, and I had the same kind of thing as I do in the front with the gate. So I was like, oh, I'll just make another gate here, and I realized no one's going to be using that gate. It goes to a hill. This is the only entrance. So I changed up the gate to be 2x2, and made it 4 blocks high, and using the upside down steps, I kind of made a nice little archway. I really like the way this turned out. Yes, I mean, I really enjoyed how that looks. And then back here I decided, well, since I have this open space, every cemetery, there's always one rich person or more well-off person. So I built my little mausoleum back here using the cracked stone brick, which is, I believe you can only get it from strongholds. So there's no way of actually crafting it as same as the chiseled. But I still, looking back on it, I'm not really happy as how this turned out. More effort could have been put into it. I might go back and change it, and just give you guys a quick look at it, just a brief overview. And here's the rain again as we complete the cemetery. All we're missing now are just some bodies. So I decided to, actually no, we are needing some bodies, but I'm gonna fill everything in. Now the cemetery is done with the mossy stone and that. So I took another brick steps for headstones, had them facing the other way, and I did 8. Dug out their grave, very shallow graves, moving them one closer so there'd be more room. So yeah, 8. And my next dilemma was, I gotta fill these in. They gotta look like graves. Now at first I wasn't gonna use soul sand because soul sand is what Shin used in his Let's Build a Kingdom. I liked it, but I'm trying not to copy him as much as possible. So I tried using the swamp wood, or wood dirt, grass block or whatever it is, but it looked like cement, and so I just ended up just filling it in with soul sand, because soul sand is the only thing that really makes sense in this kind of situation. So filled it in with soul sand. Now it just needs a tree. That's what this cemetery really needs. It's just a tree hanging over. I tried to put in dead trees to give it that cryptic look, but the trees just would not disappear at all, or it won't let me place them. So I decided to put in the oak. So I cleared out a small space and I grew it up, and then I trimmed all the leaves off of it, because I was gonna, if it didn't make me a big tree, I was gonna make it myself. Now I'm not sure if out of creative mode this tree will lose all of its leaves, but so I kind of built out my own little tree, since the logs will now place sideways, and the trees actually in game will do that. So I kind of filled it in the best I could, made it look less like man-made, more natural. And also, looking back on this, I did make a few mistakes. None of these branches should really be seen. I should have covered up that one little square block. Now all the cemetery is missing is a little light. And I'm trying not to use torches as much as possible for any of the structures in this village. So again, I pull out the glowstone and fence post. I think I should have used nether. I think I might go back and put nether rock, nether fence posts in. So I decided to put the one light on the crypt, which actually ends up looking really nice. But again, I kind of want to keep the whole nether. Nether is the afterworld in Minecraft after all. So I thought maybe I'm thinking now. I just thought of this now that I should probably use the nether fence posts as posts for these lamps. I believe that's all. I just got to touch up my little mistake on the crypt. I believe that is it. Still a little gloomy there, and a few torches need to be placed up in the bell tower. But as far as this looks, this village is coming along pretty well, guys. Kind of a long episode, I know. Let's see what this place looks like during the day, if I can enter in the code right. But yeah, I have filled in all that cement with grass, and it's just, yeah. So this episode was a little bit longer, but hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I will read them and probably use them. And as always, guys, keep on gaming.